channel, Level Up with Laura Helm. And I'd just like to take this moment to give a big thank you to everyone that's subscribed to my YouTube channel. I am trying to get to 1,000 followers so that I can live stream these classes. If you did my classes previously on Instagram Live, we've now moved to YouTube. So as requested, you can re-watch the classes and continue to practice any class that you liked and enjoyed. So today's class is the advanced class, and we're going to be working on handstands. So we're going to be warming up into the wrists. We're going to be doing lots of compression, lots of pushing, finding this scapular push, and we're going to be taking it to the wall and doing some drills to strengthen and find the line. Handstands is and can be a long journey, or it can be a short journey. I know people who have learned them in a month, and then there's me who's been 3.5 years down the line. So don't judge yourself against anybody else's journey. There's lots of different components that go into handstands and finding that body awareness. So take your time, allow yourself to enjoy the journey, because it can be a long journey. And every time you do fly, it's the most amazing high. So we're going to start today on our seated position, and we're going to warm into the shoulders. So if you do have a brick or a book, if you can go get that now, and if you have a strap or a belt, get one of those too. Okay, so pause me and then restart me when you're ready. Okay, so taking a seat on the mat, sit bones grounded, inhale reaching out through the crown of the head, and exhaling into the body. Just taking a short moment now to observe where you're at today, to calm the breath, to calm the mind. Inversions can cause fear or emotions to arise that you're going to be out of control. So trying to reassure yourself that there's no need to perfect the pose today. We're just learning the skills and developing the muscle memory in order to be able to succeed later on down the line if this is the first attempt. One mantra that I used while I was learning inversions is, your only limit is you. So taking away the limits that you place on yourself of what is possible for you to achieve. So implementing that Ujjayi breathing. Inhale and sweep the hands to the sky. And exhale, left hand to the ground, right hand overhead. Stretching into the side body. Inhale, hands to the sky. And exhale, right hand to the ground, left hand overhead. And inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to the knees. We're going to take our brick now. We want to find this feeling of pushing through the ground, which is a component that you're going to need to push through the ground and really work these shoulder muscles. So taking the block or the brick or the book above your head and squeezing into it with the palms of the hands. We're going to inhale and lift up higher, and exhale and decompress the shoulders down. I'll turn this way so you can see. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, squeezing down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. All the while you're keeping your pelvic floor engaged, your abdomen engaged, your rib cage tucked in, strengthening these shoulders. And then placing the brick to the side, rolling the shoulders back, releasing all the tension that you've just created. And rolling the shoulders forward. And bow the head. Make a circle with the neck and the head. And if you find any points that are sticky, don't feel too great, just spend a little bit of time there, send the breath there. Move the head back and forth until you smooth out that kink. So for me, it feels tight there. And then change direction. And then roll, head back to neutral, roll the shoulders back. And forward. Okay, taking hold of your belt now, or strap if you have a strap. So we're going to hold the strap to a nice distance where we can move our arms all the way back without bending the elbows as we warm up into the shoulders. So here we keep the pelvic floor lifted and engaged, like you're lifting it up 5 floors. So then that brings the navel to the spine and you can really work the deep core muscles. Keep the rib cage tucked in, don't have the chest flaring out. We want to maintain this movement just into the shoulders. Okay, so inhaling up and exhaling back. Okay, and now I've chosen a distance that's actually too easy. Now I'm going to shorten the distance, shorten my grip. So what's your core doing? What's your pelvic floor doing? Are you still engaging those areas? What's your rib cage doing? And maybe after they're nice and warm now, you can shorten the distance a little bit more. So while you do this, if you shorten the distance, you may notice that your rib cage starts to flare. So pay attention to that. Okay, great, and then you can move your strap to the side. Move the grip to the side also. Okay, so sitting with a nice straight spine. Inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, bring the left hand to the right knee, bring the right hand behind. Inhale, reach out through the crown of the head. And exhale, take the twist. Inhale, back off a little bit. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Find the spot where the breath can feel its freest, its most full. As you exhale, settle into that spot. Feel the breath travelling up the spinal column. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. And exhale, let's take the other side. Right hand comes onto the left knee, left hand comes behind. Reach out through the crown of the head, and the exhale takes you into the twist. Inhale, backs you out a little bit as you reach out through the crown of the head, create that space, and the exhale takes you back into the twist. And inhale, back to centre, going on to the sit bones as we go into Navasana, lifting the legs, navel to spine, reach out through the crown of the head. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your right leg down to the ground and then lift it up and place your left and straighten the right, and then we'll swap. So we're bending the knee and then straightening, so we're also getting the stretch into the hamstring, and we're going to move these a little bit faster now. So make sure that you're still engaging your pelvic floor, still engaging your abdomen. As you exhale, brings you all the way down to the ground. Maintain your head off the ground. Bring your hands behind your back. Lengthen your left leg out and bend your right leg. As we swap, we're going to bring the elbows to the knees. So right elbow to left knee, left elbow to right knee, and continue. So keep lifting this pelvic floor. Keep this rib cage tucked in, abdomen engaged. And exhale, the feet come to the ground, the knees knock together. Allow the head to drop down, take a big exhale out of the mouth. Okay, lifting the legs straight up towards the ceiling now. Bringing the hands back behind the head. We're going to inhale, we're going to lift the hips off the ground. We're going to exhale, we're going to lift the head off the ground. And then we're going to inhale again, and we're going to lift both a little bit higher. And then we're going to exhale, and we're going to release down, but keep the head up a little bit. So inhale, lift the bum. Exhale, lift the head higher. Inhale, lift them both even higher, and exhale, release. 3 more times. Inhale, bum. Exhale, head. Inhale, both. Exhale, release. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. One more time. Lift the bum, lift the head, lift them both, and release. Exhale, knees to the ground, feet to the ground, knees knocked together, hands out to the side, and a big exhale out of the mouth. Bringing the knees in towards the chest now, and bringing the hands around the knees, lifting the head up towards the knees, and releasing the head back down. So now we're going to lift our arms up towards the sky. So the palms of the hand are flat, as if you can try to high five the ceiling. Okay, you're going to lift your shoulders off the ground and create round the space between the shoulder blades. And then we're going to bring the knees in towards the armpits. Flex the toes, and then we're going to hit the left heel of the hand or down the wrist with the left toes, and then hit the right. So we're doing crow toe taps, but on our backs. So 1, 2, 3. So keeping this pelvic floor engaged, keeping this abdomen engaged. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and release. The feet go wide, the knees knock together, the arms go by the side, and a big exhale out of the mouth. Always when we're doing this kind of core work and creating the tension in the body when we do yoga, we always want to release it out of the mouth. The aim of yoga is to release the tension. Even when we're doing these difficult postures, the aim is to find the comfort in the posture, where you are able to breathe to your maximum, where you're able to let the prana flow to its maximum. So calming the breath. And then bring the knees towards the chest. We're going to rock and roll 3 times and come into Malasana. 1, 2, 3. Up into Malasana with your elbows on the inside of your knees. Inhale, reach out through the crown of the head. And exhale, feeling the prana, the breath move all the way down to the base. Okay, so from Malasana, you're going to bring your body forward and you're going to come onto your tiptoes and then bring the knees together into a balancing pose, okay? So firstly we have our knees apart, and then we can draw the knees in, bring the toes together. So we're just activating into the feet now. So if you can try and maintain your balance now. If it's too difficult to balance, you can put your knees on the ground. And then we're going to make fists with our hands. And then open our hands super wide as you can. Close the hands and open them wide. Close, wide. Call these flashlights. So maybe you can move the arms to the back, Working the balance as you move into the shoulders. And then working those forearms with these flashlights. Okay, and then making circles with the wrists. Maintaining the balance, you start to feel a bit of burning in the feet now, because I am. Really bringing awareness into the feet, because we're going to need these strong legs for the handstands. And exhale, bring the hands to the ground, push into the hands, take the bum high, try and stay on the tiptoes. Inhale, reach out through the crown of the head, nice straight spine, nice straight legs, taking the stretch into the hamstring. And exhale, forward, forward. I'm still on my tiptoes, maybe you're on your heels on the ground, it's okay. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward, forward. This time bring the hands to the ground, claw the hands with the mat, bring the shoulders over the wrists, push into the wrists, look forward in front of the hands, and come very high on the tiptoes. We're pushing through the ground for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, exhale. Exhale, the feet come to the ground now. Take hold of the elbows, maybe you bend the knees, bring the stomach to the thighs. Look left, look right. Relaxing all the tension. Okay, inhale, hands to the ground or to the shins, halfway lift, lengthen. And this time exhale, as you bring the hands to the ground again, bring your shoulders over your wrists. I want you to tuck your right foot heel into the bum. Look forward between the hands, further forward than between the hands. Come up high on the left tiptoes. Try and get the hips over the shoulders as you push into the ground. You may feel like you're going to fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhale. The foot comes back down. Bend into the knees maybe. Take hold of the arms, the elbows. For ragdoll, looking left and right and releasing the tension, calming the breath. And inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, hands to the ground. Now bending into the left knee, bringing the left foot and heel towards the bum cheek. Reaching forward, looking further forward than between your hands, like a triangle shape. And coming super high onto that right hip toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Foot comes to the ground, bend into the knees, taking hold of the elbows. And relax, looking left and right. Inhale, hands onto the thighs. Look forward, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. And exhale, palms through centre. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. This time we're going to take our palms of the hands as if they're high-fiving the ceiling again. So we've got this handstand shape, but in a standing position. Okay, so now I want you to feel the pelvic floor lifting. So lifting up that 5 floors inside. Working that deep core muscles as the navel comes towards the spine. Keeping the rib cage tucked in, so not flaring out. And pushing this ceiling. We're going to go up onto the tiptoes. If we can maintain on the tiptoes. So trying to create the space between the neck and the shoulders, but really pushing these hands into this imaginary ceiling. And all the while keeping that pelvic floor engaged. If it's too much to concentrate on all the internal movements with your heels off the ground, keep your heels on the ground. And exhale, we're going to forward fold, but we're not going to go all the way down. We're going to just stay halfway, keep the abdomen engaged, and move very slowly. For 5, 4, 3, keeping it here, halfway, 2, 1, and then we're going to count for 5, all the way down, 4, 3, reaching out through the fingertips, lengthen the spine, 2, and 1, all the way down. Inhale, hands to the ground, halfway lift. Exhale, you can jump or step back into high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, upward dog. Exhale, back over the toes into down dog. So feeling into your down dog now. Maybe you still need to bend into the knees. Maybe you want to take your hips to the side. Feel into what your body wants to do in this down dog. And then eventually find some stillness. And inhale, lift the heels. We're going to gently walk forward on our tiptoes until our feet come between our hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground, push into the hands, shoulders over wrists, come up very high on the tiptoes. Let's do this compression. The thighs are coming in towards the stomach, looking forward. Maybe the toes come off. Inhale, halfway lift again. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground. You can step or jump back into your chaturanga or high plank. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, down dog. 2 breaths here. So reaching out through the sacrum. Armpits coming towards each other, navel engaged. Feeling the breath fill up from the base. Lifting the chest, filling up the sides of the chest. And exhaling out and lengthening through the sacrum. Pushing into the hands now. You can either continue to walk or bring your toes a little bit further in and bring the big toes together. Bend into the knees, drop the sit bones, claw them out with the fingers, and inhale, jump. Lifting the chest, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the ground, lifting up onto the very tiptoes, finding this compression. And maybe the toes come up to hit the heels, to hit the wrists. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, palms through centre. Okay, I'm just going to step back and give myself a little space now. So inhale, raise the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And now as we exhale, as the hands come to the ground, we're going to do that same thing where the shoulders come over the wrists. We push all the way, we push through the ground. The fingertips are going wide, I'm going super high on the tiptoes. And I send my legs back into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale. Downward facing dog. And bringing the heels together, the toes together, or simply walking, if not bending into the knees and jumping forward, feet between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground, push into the hands, come up high onto the tiptoes. Doing this compression, feeling the thighs onto the stomach. 1, 2, 3. And inhale, heels come down, chest comes forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, palms through center. Okay, inhaling and placing all the weight now on the left feet as you lift the right leg up. And the exhale takes the right foot long, out in front of you, push out through the heel, or maybe you want the toes pointed. Okay, you can place the hands forward in Kali Mudra with the pistol fingers and the thumbs crossed. And we're going to lift our right leg up. We're going to pulse it. Try and keep the pelvic floor engaged, the abdomen engaged. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as we exhale, swing this right leg all the way behind, going into your warrior 3, aligning the hips, navel to spine, and we're going to pulse again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, bend into the left knee. The toes come down to the ground as you inhale. Raise the hands up. Bend into the back knee, taking the right hip flex forward, the left hip back. So we're keeping a nice straight line here now. I don't want you to go into the chest because today we're not going to be opening the chest. We'll open the chest after we've done the handstands. So feeling the stretch into the hip flexor, reaching out through the hands. As you exhale, take that back foot flat to the ground, open the arms into warrior 2, look towards the front fingers. And exhaling, straighten into the front leg, turn the back toes towards the back corner of the mat, dip into your Skandasana. So keep this active. We're staying up high, we're drawing the heels towards each other, the inner legs are really turned on. And exhale, circle sweep the hands and pivot on the back foot. Bring the right hand to the ground and the left hand goes high. Looking towards the left fingertips. And inhale, sweeping the left hand to the back as you straighten into the front leg. Bring the left hand beside the foot. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale through the chest, lengthen through the crown. And exhale, forward fold. Okay, maybe walk your back foot in a little bit to give you more space. As you're on the fingertips at the front, come and lift up the front toes. And we're going to lift this front heel 3 times and place it back down, doing the pulses. So squeezing the thighs together now. So 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th we're going to lift and sweep the leg all the way back up into a 3-legged down dog. Inhale here, reach out through the heel. And the exhale, we're going to bring the knee bent towards the elbow. Inhaling reaches it up. And exhale, we're going to bring the knee bent towards the other elbow. Inhale, reaches it up. And this time as we exhale, we're going to keep the legs straight. If it's too hard to keep the legs straight, you can bend it. And we're going to go up high on the back heel, onto the back tiptoes, and bring the left toes towards the left wrist. And then inhale takes you up. Exhale, coming high on the back heel, and bringing the toes towards the right wrist. And inhale, lift you back up. Exhale, bending into the knee now, bringing the knee towards the nose, pushing into the ground, rounding the space between the shoulders, and then place the left foot to the ground. Right knee comes down. Inhale, raising up into your high lunge. Again, let's keep more of a 90-90 in this and not take it into the chest. So squeezing the heel and the knee towards each other, pushing this front, this right hip flexor forward. And then exhale, the hands come to the ground. Take the sit bones back into your half split. You can go into a full split here if you want to, so press into the fingertips, press into the back toes, and walk the front foot forward. So trying to keep these hips aligned. Open hamstrings will make the handstands easier. And exhale as you push into the hands, lift up the back knee, round the space, bring the foot back flat in line with the fingers, take the back knee down. So you're now back into this low lunge. Place the right hand flat on the mat as you take the left big toes with the 2 fingers. Push into the back toes, lift up the knee, and then flip to the knife edge of the foot. As you flip to the knife edge of the foot, bend into the knee. Maybe you wiggle this front foot back a little bit. Plant your right big toes, your back foot on the ground. Inhale, sweeps and opens you up into Vashisthasana. And maybe let go of the toes if you have them or if you don't. And using the core now, you can either bend the leg or keep it straight. We're going to pivot on the ball of the back foot and swing the left foot to the front of the mat as we come back into our high lunge. Inhale, lifting the arms. As we exhale, we're going to come forward. Body weight comes forward. We lift up that back foot back into our warrior 3. And then we bring our hands to the ground and we take the standing split. So while we're in this standing split with the hands in the ground, let's just check our form. I want to keep my wrists above my shoulders, pushing into my fingers. Lift up high on my left toes. Push into the fingers, bend into the knee, and we're just going to hop and switch the legs. So the right foot comes down, now the left foot's high. Okay, now inhaling, lifting the body back into this warrior 3. And bringing the foot back round, the knee into the chest as we're standing now on our right foot. And the exhale takes the left heel forwards. Let's straighten into the leg, pelvic floor engaged now. And we're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the exhale sweeps the leg back into your warrior 3 now on the other side. And we're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bending into the front knee. Let the back toes come down to the ground. Inhaling into your high lunge. Squeezing the thighs together, bending into that back leg. Taking the left hip flexor forward. Abdomen's engaged. And the exhale takes the heel flat to the ground. Opens the arms into warrior 3. Stacking the hips and the torso. Reaching out through the fingers. Spreading it across the clavicule. And exhale, straightens into the front leg. Takes the back toes towards the corner of the mat. Bending the toes and knees in line into your Skandasana. Draw the heels together. So maybe your arms want to do something different now. Just feel where the energy takes you. And exhale, draws that front foot back. Pivot on the back. Circle sweep the hands forward. The left hand comes down and the right hand comes up. Squeeze the thighs together. Reach out through the right fingertips. And exhaling, bringing and circling the right hand to the front of the mat. Beside the right foot, torso comes in line with the knee. Coming onto the fingertips, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk that back foot in a little bit now, so you're in a nice pyramid. Staying on these fingertips. Inhale and push into the fingertips, round the space between the spine. Lift up the front toes so you're on the heel. We're going to pulse and lift this front foot 3 times, just like on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, and the 4th we lift up and we swing it back into our 3-legged downward dog. Hands come flat to the ground. Inhale, reaching out through the heel. And the exhale, bending the knee, bringing the knee to the right elbow. Inhale, reaching out, lengthening into your 3-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Okay, one more time, inhale. Reaching up this time, we're going to try and do it with a straight leg, or keep the knee bent if you need to. As you exhale, bringing the toes towards the right wrist. Inhale takes you up. Exhale, bringing the toes towards the left wrist. Inhale sweeps you up. And exhale, bending the knee towards the nose, pushing into the hands, rounding through the shoulders, and placing the right foot down. The left knee comes down to the ground. Inhale, rising up into your 90-90 high lunge. So squeezing this left hip forward, taking the right hip back, abdomen engaged. And exhale, the hands come down to the ground and the sit bones move back as you straighten into the front leg. If you tried the splits on the other side, you can pick the back knee up, walk the front heel forward, come down into your splits. And inhaling, picking up that back knee, bringing that front foot back in line with the hands, taking the back knee back down, and you're back coming into your lunge pose again. The left hand comes flat, the two victory fingers taking a hold of the big toe. Inhale, pushing into the toes, lifting the back knee, flipping onto the side of the foot as you ground fully the left foot. The inhale sweeps the right leg high into your Vashisthasana. Releasing the leg, and slowly, slower than you want to, carrying this right leg back to the front of the mat. Inhale, raises the hands into your high lunge. Exhale, brings the body forward, lifts up the back leg into your three-legged warrior, into your warrior three. Then the hands come down to the ground. Come up high on the tiptoes of the right foot. Press into the fingertips. See the fingertips go wide. And jump on the back foot and swap the leg. So now the right leg's high. Inhale rises you up, bending the knee into the chest. We move through this sequence a bit quicker. Exhale, the leg goes out in front. Bringing the leg back behind into your warrior three. Keeping the hips in line. Inhale, the toes come down as you rise up into your high lunge. Exhale, we open up into warrior two. The foot goes flat. Straighten into the front leg. Back toes come to the corner of the mat. Into Skandasana, dropping the hips. Inhale, sweeps you forward. Brings the right hand down, the left hand goes up. Exhale, straighten into that front leg. Bringing the right hand beside, the left hand beside the left foot. And then readjust the stance of the legs. Inhale, push into the hands, create a space in the round in the spine. Lift up that heel and then taking it back into your three-legged down dog. Exhale, draws high on the tiptoes on the back foot and draw the left toes towards the wrist. Inhale, sweeps you high. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, sweeps you high. Exhale, brings the knee to the nose, plants the foot between the hands. The right knee comes down. Inhale, you rise, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the ground. Half split or full split. Inhale, pushes you back up, brings the left foot back in line with the hands as the knee comes down. There's your high lunge. And exhale, hands to the ground. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, take hold of the big toe with the two left fingers, flip onto the side of the foot, lifting up into your Vashisthasana. Releasing the leg, And swinging the leg back round to the front in line with the hand into your high lunge. Exhale, brings you forward. Aeroplane pose. Inhaling here. Exhaling as the hands come down to the ground. Lift up high on that tiptoes and swap legs. Right foot landed, left foot high. Inhale, bend into the right knee. Lift the left knee into the body. Exhale, extends it out. Inhale into your warrior three. Exhale here. Inhale, back foot comes down. Rising up, high lunge. Exhale, opening up into warrior. Back foot goes flat. Stack the hips and the torso. Straighten the front leg. Toes go to the corner of the mat. Into your Skandasana, dipping the hips, keeping the legs strong. Drawing the heels towards each other. Inhale, foot comes flat, pivot on the back foot. Left hand comes down, right hand goes up into your twist. Exhale, sweeps the right hand all the way to the front, beside the right foot. Inhale, press into the fingertips, round through the spine, adjust the space for your feet, and lift that back. Front leg into three-legged down dog. Keeping that leg straight as you exhale. Coming up high on the left hip toes and drawing the right toes towards the wrist. Inhale, sweeps you high. Exhale, drawing the right toes towards the left wrist. Inhale, sweeps you high. Exhale, bending into the knee. Bringing the body forward, placing the foot between the hands. The left knee comes down. Inhale, high lunge. Low lunge, sorry. Exhale, hands to the ground. Coming into your half split or into your full split. Inhale, pushing back up. Coming into your low lunge. The foot, the hand, right hand, left hand goes flat. Lift at the back knee, take hold of the big toes. Flip to the side of the left foot, toes grounded. Inhale, raising up to your Vinyasa. Maybe let go of the leg. As you exhale, swinging the foot to the front of the mat, rising the chest. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, forward, lifting that back leg into your aeroplane pose, warrior three. Hands come down to the ground, high onto the tiptoes. This time we'll jump up, swap legs, but land both legs down into our forward fold. Relax the head, relax the neck, calm the breath. Inhale, looking forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bringing the hands to the ground, opening the feet, making the feet hip distance apart as you dip the sit bones down into your Malasana. Calm the breath, close the eyes. Okay, come to sit on your sit bones now. So you should be really nice and warm now. So let's take some more warming up of the wrists again, because now we're going to bring it over to the wall. So you want to move your mat over to the wall now. So for the moment we're just going to do some more flashlights. In and out, in and out. Bring the hands forward, pushing in to straighten the hands, and then turning the hands to the bottom. Let's take hold of the fingers, left fingers with the right hand, pulling it back, and then the other side. Okay, taking the thumb just underneath the left thumb at the base of the hand. There's like a little spot you can rest it in, and then bringing the finger, the first finger, to the other side of the wrist. Squeezing this spot now, making a fist with the hands and just making a circle. And then same on the other side, squeezing in, closing the fist and making a circle. Okay. Give the hands a shake. Okay, so now we're going to take it to the wall and we're going to work on those deep core muscles, so make sure you're near a wall. So we have our wall here. We want to measure the distance that we're going to place our hands by placing our heels to the wall, and where our hips lie, that's where our hands are going to stay. So my hands are going to stay here. Okay, and then I'm going to walk my legs up the wall until I come to an L shape with my body. Now, if it feels easy, it may be that your legs are too high or too low, because when you're in a full L shape, and maybe ask someone to check that you are, it should feel really hard. So the cores, we're going to have to engage the core a lot now. And what we want to find here is the alignment of the hands, the shoulders, and the hips. Because when the hips are over the shoulders, then we're light and we're weightless, and but not when pushing up the wall, but when we're doing a real handstand. Okay, so my hands are about here. So I bend my knees, my feet come onto the wall. Make sure your feet aren't too dirty. If you're a yogi, your feet are always dirty. Okay, so now I'm pushing into my hands. I'm not sinking into my shoulders, I'm pushing up. My abdomen's engaged. I'm going to hold for as long as I can. Relax the head between the shoulders. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to rest in child's pose, knees together, head towards the knees, arms on the body, and calm the breath. So take as much time here as you need to recover. Maybe you are stronger than me and you can hold for a little bit longer. That's good. Maybe you want to pause the video and play with that. So now we're going to go on to the next level of that. So again, we're finding this L shape, but then we're going to lift one leg off and shoot it straight up into our straight line. You can have the toes pointed or flexed, but you want to make sure that the feet are super active. The energy has to travel all the way to the toes, and the legs need to be super strong. If the legs aren't strong, then you won't be able to achieve it. Or you will, but you won't be, you'll be able to achieve it as long and as stable. It took a long time for me to activate the strength in my legs. But we've done some work on that today, so hopefully you'll be okay. So inhaling, sweeping the leg up and try and find that line. Again, it's helpful if you have someone close to you so they can tell you if you have that line. So just hold this again for as long as possible. Abdomen engaged, pelvic floor lifting, ribs tucked in. And when you're ready, come back down into your child's pose. Rest and recuperate. Maybe you want to pause the video here again. I'm going to move on to the next drill, which is the same but lifting the other leg. So I lifted my right leg the first time, so now I'm going to lift my left. And then when you're ready, coming down, bringing the head towards the knees, the arms along the body, Balasana. Okay, so the point where your hands want to touch the ground, it's really important in our hand placement as well, that we have most of the weight in just below the fingers in this top half and all through this side part. Not too much in the heel of the hand because that's going to hurt your wrists. And for me, I bend my knuckles up and I dig my fingers in so my fingers claw white. There are other methods of doing this, but for me this is the way that I balance with my fingers, because the fingers are going to take all the balancing. Okay, So we can do that again, and we can try and lift the other leg off the wall, and we can, let's see how we go there. This can be a little bit scary at first because you're going to feel like you might tip forward. So really just play with just taking it a millimetre off the wall until you really feel that the core strength is holding you. So find that shape again. I don't know if I've still got it. Yeah. With the bum on the wall, shoulders above the wrist, walking my feet in while lifting my left leg off, right leg off, sorry. And I'm just going to play with bouncing that left foot off the ground, hugging it in tight to my stomach. Keeping my right leg active. And then I'll play with the other side. So play with that. And then again, come down, maybe roll out the wrists, maybe go into Malasana. Remember the good thing about these classes is that you can pause them and play for as long as you want. You don't want to ever go to the point where your ego tells you to carry on, but your body's saying no. It's really important that you listen to your body because you know the wrists, you need to keep the wrists in good working order so you can practice every day or a few times a week. Injuries will set you back. Okay. Now another one is if we walk our feet up and keep our body flat on the wall. Now again, this can be scary, so just emptying the mind of any fear. You've got this, and you can cartwheel out of the other side. So we start quite far away, walk the legs up, and then start to walk the legs in. And if you can hold here for, say, a minute with your nose touching the wall, reach out through the feet, push in through the ground. That same scapular push-up type thing. And when you're ready to come out, just simply cartwheel out. Okay. So, again, practice with that. Pause the video if you like. And then the next attempts that we're going to do is if you have, say, a high, maybe a couch or a chair or something high, I'm going to use my 3 blocks. Okay, I'm going to stand on my 3 blocks. So, bringing my hands, just when we were doing them compression push-ups before, remember when we were like this on a high lat, it feels, it's going to be the same kind of thing. So, shoulders above wrists, hands grounded down, fingertips going wide, bringing the left foot, toes onto the bricks, the right, left leg. So the right foot's on the bricks, the left leg sweeps high, and then I'm just going to try and look forward. My weight wants to move forward, so I can bring my shoulders and hips in line, remember. To lift off. Now, what you want to do is to get really skilled at falling out of handstands. So the more falls you can do, the better. You want to cartwheel out, twist to the side. Handstands are a lot less scary, I think, than falling in a headstand or a pincher. So I'll try that again. And if you want to use the breath, so as you inhale, you sweep your leg high, and as you exhale, you lift that back leg off. So I'm going to try it with pointing my left toes now. There's always one side that's stronger than the other. So inhale, sweeping the left leg, and as I exhale, I bend into the toes, my body comes forward, and I lift my right leg off. And today, it's not working for me, but that is the way it goes. Let's try the other side. This is my stronger side, so we'll see. So inhale, draws the leg up. Exhale, we bend into the knee, lift up higher onto the toes, and reach forward. I have to do it in the breath. Okay, so you can keep playing on that. If you've got a higher surface, it's easier. Like say if you're on a couch arm, you can keep practicing with that one. And if you want to do fully, either with the wall or away from the wall, you can do it where, so you have your hands maybe an arm distance, a forearm distance away from the wall, hands come down to the ground. Walk the left foot in, go up high on the left tiptoes, pushing into the arms, pushing into the shoulders, reaching out strong through the right leg, bend into the left foot, and inhale, kicking up to the wall, brings the right foot to the wall, bend into the right foot, push into the arms, navel engaged, pelvic floor engaged, nice and strong, and maybe lift the other foot. Also reach out through the feet, and then come down, relax, head towards knees, and prepare for the other side. Okay. Up high on the ball of my right foot, my fingertips grounded in. My left leg is super strong, like an antennae. Inhale bounces me up. And then I'm going to bend my left foot to the wall, push through the shoulders, reach out through my right toes, pelvic floor engaged, finding this line, and lifting my left foot. Or maybe you just swap back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so that's another one to play with. And then if you feel you're ready to graduate away from the wall, we can do the same kick up on the mat. After you've worked with these kick ups a while, then we can start to work on doing the puppy presses. So that's a whole other class. Okay, so calming the breath. Let's come back into our extended half forward fold. Inhaling here. Exhaling, hands come to the ground. Inhaling, the right foot comes up, high on the ball of the left, and keeping the left leg really in close to the stomach. And when you're ready, come down, and we'll swap and do the other side. Always make sure you do both sides, because one side is always tricky if you don't keep up to it. And it's all about just finding the balancing point where your hips are above your shoulders. Okay, I'm super tired now. So let's cool down a little bit. Come onto your back. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Rock on the back. Bring the knees out towards the armpits. And bring the feet up towards the ceiling. Taking hold of the sides of the feet with the hands. Now maybe you want to stay here, or maybe it feels good to take both toes and straighten into the legs. We've done a lot of drawing into the midline now, so opening feels good. And then bending back into the knees again, into your happy baby. And drawing the knees together into the chest. Lifting the legs parallel to the ground, the shins parallel to the ground, and opening the arms into the T-shape. Let the knees fall to the right side, look towards the left. And inhaling the knees back to centre. As you exhale, take the knees to the left and look to the right. Keeping both shoulders on the ground. Inhale, bringing the knees back to centre. As you lie the legs out flat, we're just going to roll onto our stomachs. So keeping the elbow and shoulder in line and the hand facing upwards, bring the right hand in towards the chest. So the left hand's in this cactus, bring the left cheek to the ground, push into the right hand and roll onto the left side. So the two hips are stacked. If this is easy, maybe you want to lift both legs up to the other side, or maybe you want to just lie them flat on top of each other. Push into the right fingertips to feel more of a stretch into the chest. All that compression now, it's nice to open up again. And rolling onto the other side, so the right arm comes into a cactus, the shoulder and elbow in line. The left fingertips come to the ground, right cheek comes down, roll onto the right hip, push into the left fingertips, intensifying the stretch. Maybe the left foot wants to come behind, maybe both feet do. Feel what works for you. And inhaling back onto the centre. We're going to finish with a Shavasana, lying on our stomach with our hands under our head, maybe making a diamond shape, placing it in the third eye, opening the elbows out to the side. And allowing the body time now to completely relax. Maybe you might want to take a Shavasana with your legs in a diamond shape, or maybe you want to take a standard Shavasana. Take the Shavasana for you. As always, your practice, you know your body's needs the most. And I'll let you stay there in your Shavasana. And thank you for practicing with me today. If you do like the class, please like and subscribe and help me grow the channel. And I will see you next time. I'll be uploading more often now, as I'm now using this platform to teach on. So have an excellent day, guys.